Hello, friend. A very hard welcome to all. I hope you are doing well. Today, we are going to read one beautiful story. Its name is The Bear and the Piano, written by David Litchfield. Let's start our story. Once upon a time, in a dense, quiet forest nestled deep within the mountain, there lived a young bear. This bear had fur as soft as the moss on the rock, and eyes that shone with the wonder, always curious about the world around him. Every day he explored the forest, marveling at the towering tree, the bubbling brook, and the symphony of the sound created by the bird, insect, and other creature. But it was one curious discovery that would change his life forever. One day, while wandering deeper into forest than he had ever dared venture before, the young bear stumbled upon the something strange and enormous, a piano. It stood in a small clearing, its glossy dark wood gleaming under the sunlight that streamed through the leaf. Its look out a place in the wilderness as though it had been forgotten long ago. The bear approached the piano cautiously, sniffing and pawing at it, unsure what to make of this peculiar object. Curiosity, however, soon overcome his caution, and he placed a paw gently on one of the key. The sound that echoed through the forest startled him as first, a deep, resonant note that seemed to make the tree tremble. Fascinating, he pressed another key and then another, delighting in the way each press created a new sound. It was not long before the bear was playing the piano every day, creating music that filled the forest with a kind of magic. As the day turned into week and week turned into month, the bear continued to visit the piano. He experimented with the every key, learning to recognize different tone, pattern, and harmonize. The animal of the forest began gathering nearby whenever he played, enchanted by the beautiful music that drifted through the air. Rabbit, fox, bird, and deer would come and sit quietly, listening as the bear melody transported them to a world of the peace and wonder. One night, under a starlight sky, the bear's music was interrupted by a sound he had never heard before, clipping. He turned to see a group of people standing at the edge of the clearing. They wore clothes he had never seen, within shining fabric and glittering jewelry. Their expression was full of the awe, and one of them stepped forward, applauding the bear's talent. You have a gift, the man said, kneeling down to meet the bear grace. You could share this music with the world. There are concert hall in the big city where people would give you anything to hear you play. The bear didn't understand everything the man was saying, but he sensed the kindness in his voice. The people invited him to follow them, and with a mixture of excitement and fear, the bear decided to go with them, leaving the forest he had always known behind. The bear journey to city was a whirlwind of sight and sound he had never imagined. Tall building reached up into sky, glowing with the light that twinkling like a star. The street were bustling with the people, each crying on with their life, seemingly oblivious to the wonder around them. The bear felt both small and important, a strange feeling that made him nervous yet eager to explore. The man and his companion bowed the bear to a grand concert hall where they introduced him to a gleaming, polished piano, much larger than one he had discovered in the forest. It was surrounded by seated that stretched as far as he could see, and the air was filled with a sense of anticipation. The bear was both thrilled and terrified by the idea of playing for so many people, but he knew that his music was meant to be shared. When the night of his first concert arrived, the bear took a deep breath and walked into stage. The audience fell silent, watching him with a bated breath. He sat at the piano, his bow hovering above the key, and then began to play. The note flew from his heart, filling the concert hall with a sound so powerful that it moved everywhere in the audience. Some people closed their eye, others held their breath, and many wept away tears as they were transported by the beauty of beer music. News of the bear's talent spread quickly, and soon he was performed in a concert hall across the country. Every night he would walk into the stage, sit at the piano, and play with all his heart, pouring his soul into each melody. People come from far and wide to listen, enchanted by the music that seemed to capture the essence of the nature, love, and longing. The bear became famous, his face appearing on poster, magazine, and even television screen. But while the cheer and the applause filled with his pride, a pride of his longed for the quiet simplicity of the forest. He missed the feel of the soft moss under his paw, the scanet of pine tree, and the companionship of the animal who had once listened to him play. One evening, as they sat alone in his dressing room after a performance, the bear gazed at his reflection and felt a pange of sadness. He realized that he had gained everything he could have ever dreamed of, yet he felt a void in his heart. He missed his old life, the untouched beauty of the forest, and the friend he had left behind. With a heavenly heart, the bear decided it was time to return home. He left the city quietly, taking only memory and the sense of fulfillment that his music had brought to others. The journey back to the forest was long, but as he entered the familiar wood, a sense of peace was over him. The tree and the stream and the Senate welcomed him back as he had never left. The bear made his way to the clearing where his old piano still stood, covering in leaf and the moss. Gently he brushed away the debris and sat down to play. The note floated through the air and the beautiful and heartfelt as ever, filling the forest with a melody of return and reunion. The animal, his old friend, gathered around him once more, listening to the music they had missed. The bear realized that while he had seen much of the world, the forest was his true home, and here he could continue to share his music in the way he loved most. The city had shown him wonder he never imagined, but the forest, with its quiet beauty, had always held him hearted. Over the time, the bear became known as a musician of the forest, a legend which spread among the animal and human alike. Some people who venture into the forest claim to hear unhauntedly beautiful piano music enjoying through the tree, while others said it was just a story. But those who truly listen know the truth. And so the bear lived out his day, playing his piano under the tree, sharing his music with the forest and all who were lucky enough to hear it. It was here among the tree where the bear found the balance between his dream and his root. Forever remember as the bear who played the piano. Thank you for your listen. I hope you are like and share our channel.